Good morning. Today is March the 3rd of 2020, and this is our regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Alabama Public Service Commission. For the record, the public was notified of today's meeting by notice dated January the 30th of 2020. And I'd just like to remind you at this time to turn your phones or personal devices to vibrate or off so as not to disturb anyone up here on the dais. We would truly appreciate it, and I will do my best to remind you to turn them back on at the end of this meeting. In attendance today, to my right, is Commissioner Jeremy H. Oden in place 1 on the commission. To my left is Commissioner Chris Chip Beaker Jr. in place 2. To my far right is our Chief Administrative Law Judge, Judge John Garner. And below at the table is Mr. Walter Thomas, the Secretary of our Commission. And as is customary, a Commissioner gets to invite a friend or someone to offer the prayer and the pledge for us each month. And this time, the honor goes to Commissioner Oden.
Thank you, Madam President, and it is my honor this morning to get to introduce you to an individual who has I've known him all of his life, and so I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's very good in my opinion. But today I have with us Shane Alexander. Shane grew up in Eva, a little place that's dear to my heart, and I appreciate that, and currently lives in Vestavia Hills. So he is a graduate of Troy University, has a degree in political science, and he is currently working on his Master's of Public Administration at Troy as well. He attends Faith Presbyterian in Pelham, Alabama. And he comes to us from BBVA Compass as a financial advisor and a loan officer, I guess, wasn't he, Shane? But now he currently works within my office, and we are proud to have him working there as a, I don't know, what are we calling you? Anything? And so we just call him, hey Shane, if that's good. So we have a little bit of a joke. But he's married to a wonderful lady, Kelsey Sauter, and she is from Birmingham. We want to welcome him this morning to the PSC, and Shane, if you'll do our pledge and prayer for us.
Thank you, Commissioner. That was a great introduction. Join me in prayer. Lord, we come to you this morning humbly thankful for another day, Father. Lord, we are all servants of the public in one way or another, and we all want to see good done for the state of Alabama. But we know that any act that we do, Father, is only guided by you, and that we pray that our will lines up with your will because you are holy and just and sovereign. Father, be with everyone that is traveling today, Father, to vote in these elections. And Father, be with the candidates today, that they would humble themselves and realize that they are just clay and that you are the potter, and that everything that they seek to do would be to advance your kingdom. God, we're so undeserving of the blessings that you bestowed upon us, and I just pray that we always remain aware of how good we have it in this state and in this country. It's all these things I ask in your name. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for our personal point of privilege, before I turn it over to my colleagues, just like to remind everyone that 1 year ago today, a devastating tornado swept through Lee County, just right to the east of us, reaching EF4 stage, and as it moved through, it devastated the little area of Beauregard. I actually have some, in Alabama we're all family, but I have some, my uncle was from Beauregard, uncle by marriage, but in Beauregard they were all related, so a lot of family in that area. And it was really sad when I toured the devastation to see lives just completely uprooted. This destruction by this tornado has left its mark on part of our state, Alabama, and those affected have worked hard to recover. So I'd like to thank the first responders for all the work that they did. And at this time, just say we need to continue praying for those that were affected by the tornadoes in Lee County. Commissioner Hayden?
Thank you, Madam President, and we do want to say, our prayers are with a lot of those today as they go through some of these storms, but we always want to stop and recognize our first responders, and I think in Alabama, we are one of the few states that recognize them to the degree that we do, and they're first on the scene, and they're always there, willing and ready and going, and so we appreciate that. Today is a day of voting, and that is a privilege for us in this country that a lot of people across the world would love to have. And the way in which we do it is some of the best ways in which we do it. I don't care what you say. We have the best, and we have the best country. So if you haven't voted yet, I encourage you to please, I know we all will possibly in this room, get out and go vote. I voted this morning about 7 a.m. and it was just pouring down rain, but I got there before the polls opened, and I was number 10 in line, and there was number 15 in line, and there was about 10 behind us. And so it looks like it's going to still be a good voting turnout. And that's one of the things I encourage, especially on all of my social media, is low turnout for us shouldn't happen in this country. It should be a high turnout, and it is a privilege for us to do. So I want to thank you, and I also want to again say welcome aboard to Shane. If you haven't met Shane yet, please do so this morning. He'll be working out of our offices. He'll be handling some of my constituent services and things on that nature. So we appreciate it and welcome aboard. Thank you, Madam President.
Commissioner Baker?
The difficulties in being last in line is that it's all been said, but ditto to those things, and there's no doubt those people that respond. Teresa and I had a phone call this morning and said the tornado is about 1.5 miles from your house, so you better be moving around. That was at about 5 o'clock too, and it got around us, but and as far as I know, no one got hurt over there, but it was close.
Thank you. And next, we will move on to the approval and adoption of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our February the 4th, 2020 Public Service Commission meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Cavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaver?
Yes.
With there being no old business to bring before the commission, we will move on to the new business of the commission. And we will begin with our Public Service Commission reports and begin with our Utility Service Division monthly report given by Mr. Darrell Baker, the Division Director.
I'll begin with the Consumer Services Report, electric and gas inquiries. It's actually a pretty good report. Alabama Power's number of inquiries dropped by 20 compared to last year. Spire, Alabama went down by 3, and Spire Gulf by 6. So there's a 54% decrease between this year and last year in terms of inquiries. Billing and payment issues dropped by 24, service by 11, information requests went up by 6. So if you exclude the informational requests from February 2019 data and from February 2020 data, thereby focusing only on service together with billing and payment issues only, service-related and billing payment-related inquiries for February 2020 were 71.4% lower than February 2019. I attribute this to 2 things. Number one, we're having a comparatively mild winter heating season thus far, and number 2, to the efficiency of the call centers for both the power company and fire. Moving to telecommunications inquiries, basic service only, we had 4 inquiries for February versus 4 last year. Other retail services and issues, we received 5 compared to 11 last year. Referred inquiries, those companies that have waived their complaint jurisdiction, it increased from 20 to 27 this year. So total inquiries between this year and last are about the same. They're 36 this year versus 38 last year. If there's no questions, I'll move to the gas agenda. This is the RSC report based on actual financial data for the period October 1, 2019 through January 31, 2020, and is combined with budgeted financial data through the end of the rate year. This is a quarter test. The ROE, return on equity provided here, is that which is projected for the period ending September 30, 2020. For Spire, Alabama, it's 10.37%, which is within the authorized range and results in no adjustment to rates. For Spire Gulf, it's 10.15%, which is below the authorized range and results in no adjustment to rates. If there's no questions, I'll move to the telecom agenda. The telecom agenda consists of 12 items, all routine, and I'd like to present them together under a single recommendation. Beginning with interconnection agreements, docket U4988, Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, doing business as AT&T Alabama, or AT&T Southeast. Hereafter, I'll simply refer to this company as Bell South, and CBTS Technology. Under amended interconnection agreements, docket U4438, Bell South and Teleport Communications America, LLC. Under docket U4450, Bell South and CenturyLink Communications LLC, doing business as CenturyLink OCC. Under docket U4680, BCN Telecom Inc. and Bell South. Docket U4891, BandwidthCom CLEC LLC and Bell South. Docket U5071, Bell South and Dovetail Communications LLC, doing business as Sync Global. Docket U5104, Bell South and Parker FiberNet LLC. The next page, docket U5240, Bell South and MediaLink Telecom LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Kavanaugh,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Meek.
Yes.
Okay, moving to name changes. Docket 22281 and 26491, or excuse me, 26499, Securus Technologies Inc. It changes the name to Securus Technologies LLC. Under docket 24268, Earthlink Carrier LLC, changes the company name to Windstream FiberNet LLC. Docket 27241, Earthlink Business LLC, changes the company name to Windstream New Edge LLC. And under docket 27880, West Safety Communications Inc. changes the company name to Intrado Safety Communications Inc. We recommend approval for these.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Kavanaugh,
Yes.
Mr. Owen,
Yes.
Mr. Meek.
Yes.
If there are no questions, this concludes the Utility Services Division's new business.
Thank you. Next, we have our Gas Pipeline and Safety Division. Our division director, Mr. Wallace Jones, is out of town this week, so the monthly report will be given by John Garner, our executive director.
Thank you, Madam President. I will be presenting the Gas Pipeline Safety Division report reflecting activities for the month of January of 2020. During the course of January, there are a total of 40 inspections performed, 11 construction, 7 operator qualification, and 22 follow-up inspections. There were 14 non-compliance items corrected during the course of the month of January. As far as incidents and accidents, fortunately, there were no PHMSA reportable incidents reported during the month of January. There was one state reportable incident that transpired. It involved damage to a 2-inch plastic main of Spire Gulf by a contractor. Unfortunately, the main was not properly marked. The damage inflicted affected an emergency flow valve at the Gulf South border station and caused the station to shut down. 142 customers lost service, but they were restored rather quickly. As far as training activities, there were 4 polyethylene plastic fusion classes conducted during the month of January. There were a total of 154 personnel qualified at those various sessions that were held, as reflected in Mr. Jones' report. Also in the way of training, Mr. Jamar Robinson completed some advanced training out of Oklahoma City. As you all know, the inspectors are constantly updating their training status, and Mr. Robinson is progressing through the ranks. On miscellaneous matters, Mr. Jones has a report reflecting his activities as a member of the Liquefied Petroleum Gas Board. And then Mr. Jones also participated in a conference call with the Government Accounting Office to discuss outages due to interruptions in service by interstate operators. As noted by Mr. Jones, Alabama is blessed with several sources of natural gas supply from interstate providers, and so we don't really have the problems that have shown up in other states. A number of our local distribution companies have multiple time points with the interstate operators in that area, and so that helps them alleviate the possibility of outages due to curtailment. So we are blessed to have good resources here in Alabama. And that concludes the report for gas pipeline safety, unless you have any questions.
Thank you. Next, we have our Utility Enforcement Division represented by Ms. Janice Hamilton, the Division Director, and Ms. Amanda Sheehan, the Public Utility Analyst Manager. You both look so bright and pretty this morning on such a dreary day, so.
We had to do our part to cheer things up.
Thank you, you did.
Well, thank you for the compliment. This morning, I'll be covering the railway safety section report, and Amanda's going to cover motor carrier services, and I'll also follow her with field services, so I'll go ahead and get started. Excuse me. Our railway safety staff performed its usual inspections, and everything is basically routine there, with the exception that the motor power and equipment inspector cited 2 violations that had to do with brake operations, where the piston operations were exceeded the allowable limits. And we also had no incidents reported in January. Our staff assisted with safety presentations, and I'm on page 2 now. Safety presentations during CSX safety rules training in Mobile, where railroad employees received training on safe work practices and regulations. The staff also participated with the FRA inspectors on 2 follow-up examinations where previous noncompliance was identified, and we had positive results from these follow-up inspections. Now, Ms. Sheehan.
For the motor carrier services section, vehicle registration numbers were higher than the last 2 months due to one carrier purchasing 33 registration numbers for their vehicles. As of January 31st, 86% of Alabama motor carriers were registered for 2019 UCR. Excuse me. Looking out on page 3 of the agenda, staff attended the UCR Education and Training Subcommittee's first teleconference call on January 16th. They prioritize education topics to include enforcement, general overview, UCR 101, and the National Registration System. Highlights from the UCR subcommittee meeting and the UCR board meeting were 2020 UCR fees were approved by FMCSA but were waiting to be published. The board approved the new state audit performance standards. Audits are due March 31st. The National Registration System will run solicitation campaigns for all states, but the state can opt out only if they run their own campaigns. One state employee must participate in all UCR training, and FARs will be integrated into the National Registration System this year. In January, 1 passenger tariff and 1 household goods tariff were accepted, and 2 passenger hearings were held during the month.
Thank you. Our field services section staff met with Alabama Power staff in Pelham to review policies and procedures in the Metro South serving area, where there's a lot of growth in those communities. He also inspected the Harris hydroelectric plant in January, revealing several ongoing capital projects designed to maintain maximum performance of its 2 generating units. He was also available to inspect the wastewater treatment facility of Community Utilities of Alabama in St. Clair County, and everything was free of defects and was functioning as designed at the time of his visit. He also inspected Central Waterworks operations located in the Flemington area, where the company maintains their system of providing water to customers in a good manner, and facilities appear to be in excellent operating condition at the time of his visit. This ends our report unless you have questions.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate all your hard work.
You're welcome.
Next, we have our electricity division represented by Mr. John Free, the division director, Ms. Patricia Smith, our public utility analyst manager, and Tanya Champion, our public utility analyst.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are y'all? Everybody good? We will, start with the Electricity Policy Division's agenda dated February 25th, 2020. Ms. Patricia Smith will present the division's normal monthly update on rates RSC and ECR for Alabama Power Company.
Good morning, Commissioners. The first item on our agenda is the division's monthly report on rates RSE and ECR in dockets 18117, 18416, and 18148. As it pertains to rate RSE, the staff performed the normal monthly examination of the books and records of Alabama Power Company and determined the reprojected weighted return on average retail common equity was 5.91% for the 12 months ending December 31, 2020. This return is based on 1 month of actual data for January 2020 and 11 months of budget data for February through December 2020. The approved RSC return range is 5.75% to 6.15%. For rate ECR, the staff performed the regular monthly review of Alabama Power's energy costs for the month of January 2020 and determined an over-recovery of $2.2 million. Commissioner, this is our report on rates RSC and ECR.
Okay, Commissioners, the next item is under dockets 18117 and 18416. On January 31st, 2020, Alabama Power Company submitted information and calculations for the CMP purchase factor associated with the company's certificated power purchase arrangements as provided for under rate CMP Part B. The filing reflects a projected under-recovery of cost associated with such arrangements, which would normally be recoverable in the billing months of April 1, 2020 through March 31st, 2021. Although the company is entitled under rate CMP Part B to recover the entire revenue requirement associated with its power purchase arrangements, the staff is proposing that the current level of cost recovery afforded the company through the existing purchase factors remain unchanged for the upcoming cost year of April 1, 2020 through March 31st, 2021. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Ringo?
Yes.
Commissioners, the next item is under docket U 5213. On February 14, 2020, Alabama Power Company filed with the Alabama Public Service Commission the annual update to rate CPE. This rate applies to qualifying facilities with a nameplate capacity greater than 100 kW seeking to sell energy to Alabama Power Company. Under the Public Utility Regulatory Policies Act of 1978 and its implementing regulations, Alabama Power is obligated to purchase energy from QS at rates equivalent to the company's avoided cost. Rate CPE has been in effect since March 2017, and the company annually updates avoided costs and other data that are used to set the energy payments established under the rate. The company has requested that the new rates become effective April 1, 2020. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Ringo?
The final item will be covered by Ms. Tanya Champion.
Good morning, Commissioners. The last item on our agenda is under docket 18005. On February 14th, 2020, Alabama Power Company filed with the Alabama Public Service Commission the annual update to rate PAE. Under PAE, qualifying customers that have installed an electric generating facility for their own use with a nameplate capacity of 100 kW or less receive payment for energy sold to the company
in accordance with the Public Utility Regulatory Policies Act of 1978. Rate PAE has been in effect since 1981, and the company annually updates avoided costs and other data that are used to set the charges and compensation under the rate. The company has requested the proposed modifications become effective for April 2020 billings, and the staff recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Bieber?
Yes. Thank you, Commissioners. Any questions? This completes our presentation this morning.
Thank you all. Appreciate your hard work. Next, we have our legal division represented by Commission Hearing Officers Sue Ellen Young and Mr. Luke Bentley.
Thank you. Good morning. I have 3 items on the agenda dated February 25th, 2020. They're non-controversial, and I'll take all 3 of them at one time. First is docket 33001. This is an application of Power Moves LLC of Huntsville, Alabama for a certificate to transport household goods. I recommend grant of the certificate and approval of the tariff. The next is docket C-19663, petition of Kenneth Baggett of Moulton, Alabama for approval of cargo self-insurer status. Recommend approval. Docket 32576, a petition of MW Transport Service LLC of Hayden, Alabama for cancellation of motor carrier certificate F4529 as they no longer wish to conduct operations under this authority. I recommend a grant of the cancellation as requested here.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Bieber?
Yes.
I have one more item, and it is on the agenda dated February 27th, 2020. It is docket 32988. It's an unopposed motor carrier application of the Andrew Ride LLC of Irvington, Alabama, to amend and extend an existing operation. The applicant presented evidence at the hearing that everything was in order, and they have waived their right to a report and recommended order at the hearing. Recommend a grant of this authority.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Bieber?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have today.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners. I have 4 items on the agenda, and with your permission, I'll present them together for one vote. Under docket 32998, the application of Big Fish Moving Company LLC of Gulf Shores, Alabama, for a certificate to transport household goods. I recommend a grant of the certificate and approval of the tariff.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Bieber?
Yes.
All right, the next item on the agenda is under docket C-19532, petition of Herbert Brandon Popwell doing business as B&B Trucking in Beachville, Alabama, for reinstatement of motor carrier certificate F4589, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability and cargo insurance coverage. I recommend the grant of the petition and reinstatement of the certificate. Docket C-19618, petition of Tyler Trucking LLC of Troy, Alabama, for reinstatement of motor carrier certificate F4113, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of cargo insurance coverage. I recommend a grant of the petition and reinstatement of the certificate. And the last item is under dockets 24313 and C-6331, petition of Bruce Falk of Montgomery, Alabama, for cancellation of motor carrier certificate F272. Bruce Falk also has cargo self-insurance authority. I recommend a grant of the cancellation of the certificate as requested, and a grant for the cancellation of the cargo self-insurance authority.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Bieber?
Yes.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Judge Garner, do you have any administrative items left for the commission?
I do, Madam President. I have a couple of administrative items. The first item that I would present is the collective group of pending motor carrier matters. I recommend approval of those items.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens?
Yes.
Commissioner Bieber?
Yes.
The other matter that I would like to present is proposal to adopt a media coverage plan for formal hearings conducted at the commission. Would involve the entry of an order doing that, and the plan would essentially mirror the media plans which have been in place for a number of years at the Alabama Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals. The plan would be implemented on an interim basis. Prior to the formal adoption of the plan, there would be an opportunity for interested parties to have input regarding the proposed plan through the submission of written comments that would be considered by the commission. So with that, I recommend the adoption of the proposed media coverage plan on an interim basis.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Calhoun?
Yes.
Commissioner Oden?
Yes.
Commissioner Bieber?
Yes.
I'll get an order out on that very shortly.
Thank you. Does anyone have any other new business that they would like to bring before the commission? With there being no other new business, let me remind you in closing that the next regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Alabama Public Service Commission will be Tuesday, April the 7th. And just a reminder, as I think my colleague said, today we have a privilege of going out and voting. Today is Election Day. Happy Election Day. Don't miss a phone call. Turn your phones back on. And with that, we stand adjourned. Thank you.